and welcome to Skyrise Academy. Today we are here with another topic of Alternative Investment Fund Category 2. But before we start the topic, I would request to all the watchers to subscribe our channel for latest updates and more topic related information. So let's start with the today's topic, that is Alternative Investment Fund Category 2. If you remember, last year in September 2019, the finance minister had announced to set up a fund for the facilitation of stressed real estate sector. The government had pledged around 25,000 crore as the initial corpus of the fund to finance the unfinished real estate projects. But why there is need to set up this fund? If we look at the recent past, then we will be able to understand the real estate sector is going through very difficult times. The sector had started succumbing to the liquidity problems due to demonetization of high value currencies, then followed by the implementation of RERA restrictions, and then by the GST compliance burdens. But amid of all these compliance regulations, the one thing was also in parallel was the slowing down of economy, and the biggest loser of the this impact was the real estate sector, as it requires the huge investments for the purchase for the construction work as well as the purchase by the customers. The further turbulence was created by the drying up of funds of NBFCs and HFCs, non-banking financial companies and housing finance companies. The housing finance companies and non-banking financial companies had shown their inability to lend further due to inadequate sources of financing for them, and they had also requested to the Reserve Bank for providing another liquidity facilities. The sector had also suffered from the insolvency of some non-banking financial companies, including the ILFS case. Why it is so important for the government to rescue this sector? If we look at the numbers, then the real estate sector is a significant contributor to the gross domestic product of the country. And more importantly, this sector provides direct or indirect employment to the millions of Indians. And even more importantly, this sector employs the daily wage workers in a huge numbers. So it is the sector which provide livelihood to the millions of daily wage workers. So it becomes all the more important for the government to rescue this sector from further deteriorating. So first we should understand what is an alternative investment fund. See, this is any fund which is established or incorporated in India, which is privately pooled investment vehicle which collects funds from sophisticated investors, whether Indian or foreigners, for investing in accordance with a defined investment policy for the benefit of its investors. So, talking about this definition, an alternative fund is just like a fund which should be created, which should be established or incorporated only in India. If there is the foreigner fund coming to India, that is not an alternative investment fund. Further, it does not collect the money from public. It only collects the money from sophisticated investors like mutual funds or FIIs or QIPs, and it already has, every fund has a defined policy of investment, the sector where it can invest, right? In India, there are three categories of alternative investment funds. The categories are defined with their investment policies and with their collection of money norms, right? So talking about the features of this category, that is category 2 of IAF, this fund is specially designed to invest in the real estate projects. like other IAF funds can invest in any segment, but this fund is specifically designed. The fund needs to be registered with the Security and Exchange Board of India. Every fund which falls in the category 2 should be registered with the SEBI. SBI Cap Ventures Limited, which is a subsidiary of State Bank of India, is appointed as a fund manager for this fund. What is the role of a fund manager? It will accept the applications from the projects developers. It will appraise the projects, and then it can release the funds for investment in that particular project. The government of India has pledged to invest 10,000 crore for the initial corpus of this fund, along with State Bank of India and LIC contributing another 15,000 crore for the initial corpus as pledged to be 25,000 crore. Other funds like pension funds and sovereigns have also shown interest for investing in this particular fund at the time to come. As per the guidelines, a bank can also invest in this fund, but an individual bank cannot invest more than 10% of the corpus of the fund. For example, if the initial corpus is 25,000 crore, then an individual bank can invest up to 2,500 crore only. The fund shall invest its money in the project according to defined investment policies. The investment will be made, as we already discussed, in real estate projects only, but investment will be made in stalled real estate projects. For example, the project which has been remain incomplete due to financial problems. The IAFs cannot borrow money from outside. For example, they have to use only the corpus fund for investment purpose. They can borrow the money from outside for the operational expenses only, not for investment activities. So these were the features of IAF category 2. Let's move on to understand what should be the criteria for investment to be made in a fund. What is the eligibility of projects to be funded by this IAF? The first eligibility, the first criteria is the project should be registered under Real Estate Regulation Act 2016. This means only RERA registered projects are eligible to be funded under this fund. The second category, the second eligibility or criteria is the project which is facing or is expected to face financial problem in its completion are eligible to be financed under this fund. The project which are facing the financial problem or is expected to face in the near future. The third criteria is the project must be an affordable or middle income group residential project. Here is the catch. So, only residential projects are eligible to be financed under this fund. That means commercial projects are excluded from this category. Further, under the residential project category, these projects should be affordable or middle income group. Then here the luxury residential projects are also excluded. Criteria for a fund to be eligible, for a project to be eligible for financing under this fund is net worth of the project must be positive at the time of applying for the finance under this fund. So what is the net worth? As all the commerce students must be calculating in their mind, wait, it is not that net worth as we have always taught from very inception of commerce classes how to calculate the net worth. Net worth here means the cash reserves of the fund plus receivables plus including the inventory minus the liabilities outstanding at the time of application minus the liabilities to be incurred for the completion of project. I am repeating the net worth here means the cash reserves of the fund plus receivables from the customers from the sale of the project, including the inventories, minus outstanding liabilities of the project minus liabilities to be incurred in the future for completion of the project is the net worth of project, and that must be positive at the time of applying for the funds. The fifth category is the project should be at least 30% completed of its total project development. For example, if a project has an estimated cost of 100 crore, then the developer must have spent 30 crore already before applying for the finance under this fund. Any fund which is developed less than or the cost incurred less than 30% of the total estimated cost is not eligible to be financed under this fund. For financing, the priority should be given to the projects which are very close to completion. For example, if the appraisal is done for 3 projects and one is 50% completed, the second is 70% completed, third is 55% completed, so the finance should be provided to the project which is 70% completed under this fund. So here we discussed that the project must be an affordable or middle income residential project. So we should understand the definition of affordable and middle income group. A housing unit should satisfy the following two conditions to be fall under affordable or middle income group. The carpet area of the residential unit should not be more than 200 square meter. We will discuss what is the carpet area, but a carpet area of a residential unit should not be more than 200 square meter, and value of the unit should not be more than 2 crore in city of Mumbai and 1 crore in other areas. See, there are two conditions. First is the carpet area should not be more than 200 square meters, and the value of the unit should not be more than 2 crore in the city of Mumbai and 1 crore in other cities. So now we should understand what is the carpet area. As per clause K of section 2 of Real Estate Regulation Act 2016, carpet area means net usable floor area of an apartment, excluding the area covered by external walls, areas under services shafts, exclusive balcony or veranda, and exclusive open terrace area, but includes area covered by internal partition walls of the apartment. So this is the alternate investment fund, and we have discussed the what is the alternate investment fund and what are the features of IAF category 2, and then we also discuss what is the affordable and middle income group projects. So the government has provided some relief for this stressing sector, but this is very little for the already ailing a big industry of real estate. What should be the government? What should the government do for the further relief, for the further uprising of this sector? Because this is the one of the largest employer in our country. And also the government should focus on commercial construction segment as well, since not very enough have been done for commercial segment since the very inception. And I think the terms and conditions of the fund also needs the rationalization, and to make it more accessible for the small developers as well. For example, if you look at the financing problem, and if the priority is to be given to the project which are very near to the completion, many small developers cannot access the fund very easily, and the cost of fund is also high. Looking at the market trends, the interest rate of the fund is 15%, so that is also needed to be rationalized to make it more meaningful for the sector. Thank you very much. If you have any query related to this topic, you may write us in your comment section. We will try to reply to every comment we receive. For more information, you may visit our website, that is skyriseacademy.in, and you can also write us query in our website, and you can also call us on the number provided in the website. Thank you.